Yo everyone, we're back of Trails Through Daybreak. Last time, well, I think we finished exploring the majority of Tharbad. And we got to meet up with Nina, we met Judith again, and we got to meet Salvador Gotti. You know, the big man who makes all the special movies, makes everything all pizzazzy and whatnot. And this time around, we're gonna finish dealing with NPCs and deal with whatever side quests we got. And I was doing my rounds, and I remember that there was this guy that we talked to in a cutscene, so I thought that he'd be important enough to talk to on video.
If you require any assistance, please don't hesitate to call on me. We currently have not only very famous actors staying with us, but also a number of VIPs hailing from Ilsane. Between the unprecedented number of guests visiting Tharbad and the increasing trouble, it's fair to say we are under a bit under pressure. Nevertheless, we want our VIPs to feel completely safe within our walls, and will respond to issues with the urgency they demand. There I go again. Didn't mean for that to slip out. I've done some martial arts training in the past, you see, and I also work security for the hotel here. Because of that, sometimes when I get into the job, the mindset from my training days comes back to me. Ha ha ha! For a second, I thought I had a third round of dialogue, but that was not the case. Ha ha! Hoo-yah!
Anything special up here? Anyone special up here? Not really looking like it. Well, we do have patriarchs and stuff, but, you know, that doesn't have to be on camera unless they say anything super special. Oh, thank God, the game's finally letting me go back over here to deal with this damn side quest.
Guess it's not coming back on its own anytime soon, is it? I'd better round it up soon, or else its load could be in real trouble.
Hey, is it just me, or does that guy look like he's in trouble? Haven't you heard curiosity killed the cat? Keep your nose out of trouble, small fry. Well, it might not be bad. Maybe it's a problem we can help with. Not to mention, it might be a good way to get to know the area and the state of it. Well, we are in the area. Might as well see what he needs. Hey, my man, what's wrong? You look a little annoyed about something.
Huh? Who are you guys?
Darkride Solutions. We specialize in problems that can't be left to the police or Bracer Guild. We work out of Edith, but we're out here to handle an assignment. Depending on what's bothering you, we might be able to sort it out.
You could? Oh, that would be great. Wait, you said you specialize in problems that can't be entrusted to the police or the guild, right? Does that mean you won't handle anything that falls outside that?
Not necessarily. Why don't you tell us what's going on?
Well, you see, I make my living distributing fruit in Tharbad. This time, I thought I could save a few Mira by not hiring any escorts and getting through this San Seal on my own. I figured it would be fine. It's a route I know like the back of my hand. No big deal. Was my deal sense off. A vicious sandstorm hit that completely threw off my sense of direction. And then, of course, monsters had to attack.
That sounds awful. I'm glad you made it out in one piece. Sounds like Mother Nature made you pay for your hubris big time.
Did she ever? Fortunately, the entire caravan made it out of that mess alive by the skin of our teeth. Unfortunately, it was only when we got here that I realized the last camel that was supposed to bring up our rear had gone missing. And that's a big problem. That animal's carrying rare foods that I'd rather not lose, if I can help it. I need to hurry out there and search for that camel and the food, but I'm not sure what to do. Tell me more about this rare food it's hauling around. What sort of stuff are we talking about exactly? Have you ever heard of raw cacao? It's pretty obscure, so I doubt you... I'm sorry, did you say raw cacao?
Oh yeah, that was the rare ingredient inside that Melfita stuff we had earlier, wasn't it? I don't get what the big deal is. I can imagine what it's like easily enough if it's like regular old cacao. It can't be that special. That's where you're wrong, my friend. Sounds like someone needs a crash course on cacao and how it works. Cacao beans are the base ingredient of chocolate. You get them from inside cacao pods that grow on trees. Now, the thing about those cacao pods is that they also have this pulp that can be used too. And that pulp happens to be the raw cacao. Your average marketplace doesn't usually carry them, so they're a hard find. That's exactly right. You know your stuff. Color me impressed. Of course, I'm a man who can't live without some good old chocolate, so I've been dying to have raw cacao at least once. It's supposed to have a sweet yet sour profile, but with a little bitterness thrown in that makes it addictive. A real Central Eastern delicacy. We get it, dude. It's the greatest thing on the goddess's green earth or whatever. You don't have to give us a lecture about it. And what do you mean you can't live without your chocolate? You make it sound like you croak if you don't get your fix. There goes Van. There's nothing stopping him now. Wow, I'm learning a lot today. Now you've got me curious what it's like too.
If you guys are that interested in it, I can let you have a sample of I can let you all sample some of it. Assuming you can find my camel that's carried my stock of it, mind. It's not every day you get a chance to dine on some genuine raw cacao straight from the source. This might be something the guild could totally handle, but hell if I'm gonna let him edge me out on this.
I'm almost curious what would happen if I said no, and then I hold off.
I'd love nothing more than to take you up on this, but could you wait just a little while?
Big hurry, I need to take care of something else first. Okay, sorry. I was hoping he'd like contrive it in some really weird way or something like that. Alright, sure. We don't usually take this sort of work, but we'll make an exception. This time we'll take the job.
Are you sure you can handle it? I don't want to pressure you, but you'd be doing me a huge favor.
Well, if our boss says it's okay. Besides, we don't want your camel to come to harm. We'd be more than happy to help. Yep, we get to save an innocent creature and have some yummy food afterwards. This is the best job ever. Yeah, look at us. Real pack of professionals here. I was interested in checking out those sand dunes, though. Seems like I could get a decent workout there, so hell, I'm game. Then we're all in agreement. We're off to the desert to find that camel. Before we take off, do you happen to remember where exactly you were attacked by those monsters?
Let me think. You know, believe it or not, I'm pretty sure it was actually close to town. Looking at the map, once you're in the sand dunes and head a little to the west, you'll find the spot.
Gotcha. West it is. I have to imagine that camel who start the site of the attack and fan out after that. Sounds good to me. And thus it starts. Hump hunt. Hump day. God, that meme is ancient. I should never speak again. There's someone to talk to all the way over here. What's this guy again? Tax revenue and investments pouring into the city. Sort of spaces are freely available. Come in here, it's only a matter of time before we run out of parking spaces. So, alright, that's about the same as before. I'm already in town, so maybe I should start the other side quest. Might as well.
My wife left me.
Hey, you the guys I think you are. Yeah, we're with Arkrad Solutions. We're here to take care of the 4 SPG you left. I take it you're Marcello, the guy who posted it? Yep, I'm your guy. Boy, am I glad to see you. You wrote that somebody's demanding hush money from you to stay quiet about your gray market business? This merch must be what makes your little enterprise not quite squeaky clean, huh? Well, I don't get what the deal is. He just has lots of stuff. Though, wait, if you look closely, the brand logos look weird. What gives? I get it. We've got stalls like this back where I'm from. Except the stuff those guys have tends to be more bogus looking. Yeah, I was gonna say, like the one dude with the Mishi knockoffs. Yeah, you've got me. I sell bootleg stuff, or as I prefer to say, high-quality imitation goods. Sure. Makes it sound just a hair more respectable, I guess. Still a fraudster at the end of the day. No, that's just the thing. I'm not out to scam anybody out of their hard-earned Mira. I always tell them up front that my stuff's fake so they know exactly what they're getting when they purchase it. Wait, really? But why would anyone buy fake stuff if they could get real ones? Well, I think that's probably the thing, is it's more expensive or something. Because you can get fake and look real fancy for a tiny fraction of the price. There's demand out there for what I offer, I tell ya. Oh, I guess that's one way to look at it. Yep. Do the actual makers of the originals know what you're doing, though? Wouldn't they try to sue you if they found out? Like I said, I'm not out here telling folks that this stuff's the real deal. That's straight up illegal. But if I sell it as imitations of stuff up front, then I'm just barely in the clear. At least that's what I like to believe. I'm no lawyer, but I'm pretty sure this is all still against the law. You're making mirror riding on the coattails of real designers without the permission. I mean, you're not wrong, but still. Straddling that line is how you get by selling these bootlegs in broad daylight. Until someone tries to extort you, so they keep quiet about the illegality of it all, of course. So let's hear it. Who's giving you the grief? I do like that Van's kind of like more level-headed and more knowledgeable about this type of thing, considering he is also morally gray with the stuff he does. You know, he kind of falls to either side of the line sometimes. That's what makes this whole mess so tricky to deal with. It's a cop who's threatening me. Oh shit, for real? You're not pulling our leg, are you? Yeah, I find that a little hard to believe. It's true. If he reported me, best case scenario, I'd be kicked out of here. Worst case, they'd book me. Bastard says if I don't want that, I have to pay him in order to get him to look the other way. I've got until tomorrow to get 30,000 mirror together, else he's gonna raise hell. Look, I'm not stupid. If getting myself arrested is what it'll come to, I'll just close up my shop. I don't want that kind of trouble. But don't you guys think demanding hush money out of me is absurd? I don't know if I'd call it absurd exactly. I see why I'd do it, but it does tell me this town's got crooked cops. You bet it does. That's why I reached out to you folks. I want you guys to track this guy down and get him to stop. There's nobody else I can turn to. I sure as hell can't talk to the other cops, and the guild is off limits too, given what I do. And there ain't no way I've got 30,000 mirror to spare. My sales aren't that good. You guys have to help me, I'm begging you. That's not for you to decide, pal. What's it gonna be, Chief? We doing this or not? Oh, heck yeah, we're doing this. Chaos points too, damn. Alright, we're on it. We'll have a word with your cop, buddy. Really? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Things might not all be above board here, but what this guy's doing ain't exactly legal either. With any luck, if we play our cards right, we might be able to get him to back off without you having to close up shop. But how do we find this bad cop anyway? That's the question. Well, how would you guys go about looking for one? You kids are smart. I want to hear my assistant's opinions. Nice, making your lackeys do all the hard work. I see how it is. It's hard to know where to begin. All we can really gather from the seller's testimony is that the police officer in question is male. But I'm sure there are a lot of male officers in the city. That's hardly enough to narrow down a culprit. Yeah, guess our only option is to start chatting up pigs and see what we can get out of them. Only question is how to approach them. Can't exactly just waltz up and ask, yo, you got any buddies who are bribe-taking rats? True, that would just provoke them, and God has help us if we ask the culprit on accident. I know. What if we pretend to be customers who lost money to the seller ourselves? Huh? You lost me, Pipsqueak. What do we get out of going to all that trouble? I was thinking it could give us an idea of what the police are doing about our client in the first place. If we know what they're doing about guys like him, maybe that'll give us a clue that points us towards whoever's threatening him. Oh, I see. That's a smart idea, actually. Good thinking, Fairy. Sounds like we're gonna have to pound some pavement. But hell, if I can think of anything better to do, I'm game. I didn't think it was that clever, but think it'll work? Yeah, that idea's got potential. Pretty sharp for a newcomer, actually. We'll try your idea and see what it gets us. Now, let's roll.
Commencing mission.
Hush money. First the hump and then the hush. Alright, cool. The plot wants me to go here. Lelouch Vibratania! Oh my. Hey, what do you mean? Is this one?
Guess that's wrong.
Don't think it's open yet anyway. Yeah, we're just gonna head there with Anias and Fairy in tow. So you're saying I can go there, though? Sorry. I saw that, I was like, goddamn. If you're looking for someone to check out, I can, all kinds of places. Everybody knows me around here. Thought that it's full of fun sports that only the locals really know. We got casinos, bars. It was just a lad's talk, and I could even tell you about some of the city's hottest attractions, if you catch my drift. Oh, what do you mean by hot? Because if it involves some hot ass, I'm down to party.
Aaron, you seem to be forgetting we have Fairy with us.
To be fair, spots like that can be worth visiting in our line of work. You'd be surprised how much dirt you can dig up in places like that. But she's right, you can forget it while we've got the kid with us. Just keep it in the back of your mind for later. So are we just gonna drop off Fairy at daycare or something at some point? City of Pleasure. I like how she didn't even comment on that. It was just Aaron, shut the hell up, man. Oh, it's the pretty officer. I know the seller said the cop threatening him was a guy. Best not to leave any stone unturned when investigating things. Excuse me, you got a second to talk? Sure, no problem. What can I do for you? Yeah, we just realized we got scammed into buying some fake souvenirs by a street vendor we ran into. We tried to demand our money back, but the guy won't hear any of it. Is there anything you can do to help? Doesn't feel fair for the guy to leave us high and dry like that. Oh wow, that's unfortunate. I'm really sorry you had to deal with that. If this were any other time, I'd be more than happy to go over and help you all, unfortunately. With the film festival nearly upon us, we really had to pick and choose what problems get priority attention right now. Does that mean you won't be able to do anything today? Sadly, yes. Damn it, those bootleggers are a real handful just in general. It's difficult for us to keep them in check. Just to be clear, I do absolutely intend to help. I don't want scum like him to get off scot-free. I'll give you a complaint form. Once you've filled it out, can you bring it to the station when you have time? It'll have to wait until after the festival, but you can be sure to, I'll recommend he's at least warned, if not outright removed. That's fair. We can do that. Thanks for taking the time to listen to us. Okay, time to hit up another cop and see what they've got to say. And that we shall. Is there 2 places to go? Yep, seems it. Don't really have anything too out there to say this time around. We haven't had really too much happen, but I am enjoying these side quests. Oh, it is a wench. I wish it wasn't so blisteringly hot. Sorry to bug you, pal. Got a minute? Sure. Anything to take my mind off this heat. Yeah, we just realized we got scammed into buying yabba yabba yabba. Guy won't hear any. Ah, bootlegger trouble, huh? Yeah, we've got a handful of those around the city. I feel your pain. Those guys are smooth talkers. They can get you to part with your money before you know it. You're telling us. Is there anything you can do to help? Well, I'm gonna be frank with you. Dealing with those guys is like playing a game of cat and mouse. You can file the papers and serve them a warrant, but another one will spring up and take their place. It's a pain to be out of money, but it probably wasn't that much you lost in the grand scheme of things, right? I guess so. Yeah, just take the hit and move on, sad to say. Be glad that's all it costs you to learn how things work around here. Oh, it's our fault that we got scammed, is that it? I thought the good upstanding officers of the law were supposed to care about justice. Don't get preachy with me, kid. Fact is, we've got our hands full and we have to pick our fights carefully right now. With all the security we have to provide for the actors and venues, we're swamped as it is with this damn film festival. Hell, we've had to call in additional help from other precincts, so we have enough boots on the ground. Look, I get you might not like it, but we straight up don't have time to pursue every little thing that comes up right now. Sucks for me too, all these damn tourists make it tough to skip out on the job. I heard that, you know. But if that's the way it is, I think we're done here. Come on, guys. Damn it up another cop and see what they gotta say. And cop number 3. Oh, our buddy boy. Hey, buddy, how's your hot date going? Don't call me buddy, we are not friends. I'm not interested in shooting the breeze with you. Oh, but of course that doesn't apply to you, Anyas. If you ever need help with anything, I'm always happy to talk. Little cozy with you, aren't you, baby? Talking to another woman while you're on a date with your girlfriend. Points for bravery, I guess. It's not like that, sweetie, I promise. She's 16 after all. I'm not that much of a creep. Yes. I thought we should try asking Detective Nate about the crooked policeman since it is his line of work and all. But if he's off duty, then... Yeah, not to mention that he might not have much to say about that or the bootlegger in general anyway. And back off and look elsewhere. Alrighty. Sandsea Cultural District.
Off we go.
Let's see here. What do we got? Any people to talk to?
Aha! There's a person to talk to at the end of the bazaar.
OMG, a hit tweet.
Hey man, got a few seconds to talk?
Certainly. How can I help you all?
Yeah, we just realized we got a I like how it's the exact same line every time.
You what? That's outrageous. I'm so sorry you all fell victim to that. The Tharbad police view the rampant counterfeiting in this town as a serious problem in need of addressing. Your case deserves urgent attention from us. Rest assured, the seller won't get away with this. He will be brought to justice, I promise.
Well, glad someone out here cares about the little guy.
Of course, it's an officer's duty above all else to help the people of the city, to keep them safe. I'm more than happy to assist. Tell me, where is this scam artist located?
It's on the street that runs by the casino. Oh crap, did I make a mistake? Should I have made something up? No, that's okay. I think it'll all work out.
That street, huh? I've never heard of any bootleggers operating there before. Wait, you know, I just remembered. The higher-ups said that we're supposed to prioritize the film festival for now. So as much as I'd like to drop everything and investigate the cellar, I'll probably have to wait to look into it another day. But don't you all worry, I got a unique camera angle, so that means I'll be more important than the rest.
That's good to know. Thank you for listening to us. Cool. We look forward to hearing good news then. Yeah, what am I looking at here? Huh? What's his deal? Alright, I think that's enough sleuthing around for now. We got a bombshell to deal with already. We do? I mean, we talked to a bunch of people, but it sure didn't feel like we heard anything that big. Speak for yourself is one part that's definitely been nagging to me. Me too, although I'm not certain whether it's especially significant. What? You're telling me I'm the only one that didn't pick up on it? Man. You'll figure it out once we check back in with the stall owner. Let's head back to his place and touch base. That we shall. Oh, we're already back here. Never mind. I thought I was gonna have to pause the recording again. So, you went straight to the source and talked to the cops, huh? Makes sense, I guess. How'd it go? Did you guys manage to turn anything up about that crooked ass? Oh, we turned up quite a lot. In fact, I say we just about hit the jackpot. I'm confident that we found your man. Already? That was fast. Wait, we have? I didn't realize that at all. I can understand that. It was easy to miss, but there was one officer that rubbed me the wrong way with what he said. Well, if you're feeling so confident, it's gotta be that one, right? I want to bring you over so we can confirm whether or not we've got the right person. You mind coming with us? Sure, no problem. I couldn't forget that face even if I tried. I remember it clear as day. Did you happen to catch a name? I'm curious. Of course, our dirty cop is none other than... Wait, who are we talking to? Camillo. This bastard. Officer Camillo. At least that's what he claims to go by. Who knows if it's legit. What? That guy? Are you for real? He seems super nice. Yeah, but the cutscene was displayed differently. Out of everyone we talked to, he was the most fired up to help us. Exactly. That's problem number one. Vernier was willing to help us out too, but she herself said that the local bootlegger is hard to shut down. And as Kelvin put it, trying to bring him in is like cat and mouse. It'll scatter everywhere on you and crop up again later. Plus, with the festival occupying the force's attention, they're in no position to devote them resources to anything other than serious crimes. That's right. Despite that, Officer Camillo very clearly said he would absolutely arrest the seller who scammed us. It wouldn't be all that unusual if he was simply that dedicated to his job, but you have to remember. When you mentioned it was this stand specifically, he suddenly sounded a lot less interested in helping us. Huh? That's strange. What does it all mean? Think about what you would do if you weren't on the up and up. It all starts to make sense. Our man in blue wasn't interested in helping us. He was just looking for a new mark. A new mark that he can try and squeeze hush money out of in the exact same way he has with you. But once he realized he'd already hit you up, he suddenly had a bunch of reasons why trusty law enforcement can't help us today.
That makes sense. I can see how someone like him would think like that.
But so far all that shows is that he looks like he might be crooked. Don't we need more evidence before we can pin the blame on him?
Funny you should say looks. That's the second problem with him, actually. You can't rule out that he might not be police at all, let alone a rotten cop. You may well be dealing with an imposter.
Oh, damn, are you serious? But he was clearly wearing his uniform when I talked to him.
That makes him about as legit as it gets, doesn't it? That uniform is exactly what's wrong with him. It looked off to me, too.
Oh yeah, now that I think about it, his clothes did look newer than the other officers we talked to. I didn't thought about that. Tharbad is a desert city with a lot of sand blowing around. Officers try to stay neat, but it should be a bit of a struggle. Obviously, it's not impossible that it's coincidence and his uniform just happened to be brand new, but when you think about that and the way he talked to us, that enough, yeah, basically a bunch of coincidences line up and there's the truth. When you put it like that, I can see what makes him suspicious.
That asshole. I tried to be polite with him, thinking he was an authority figure. Now it turns out he's not even a real cop. He won't get away with making a mockery of me. Where is he? I'll kick his ass.
Whoa, slow down there, buddy. If our hunch about him being an imposter's right, we gotta tread with caution.
What's the big deal?
Pretending you're a policeman isn't exactly a casual prank.
He's got bigger fish to fry. He's after something more than just shaking down random hawkers for shits and giggles. Exactly. Until we figured out exactly what it is that man's after, it's best to try negotiating with him while trying to suss out what's up. Let me handle the talking here, alright? You keep your distance from him. We don't want anything happening.
Don't worry, we'll do our best to make sure that you come out on top.
I hate not being in control of the situation. Alright. I'm trusting you guys to come through. Probably take this guy to Camilo.
Might as well save the game first in case we get into like another bunch of dialogue choices. Usually when a game gives you like a confirmation like this, it's either going to be something really long or something that has dialogue choices that give you extra stuff. Alright, here we go. Hey, mind if we have another chat?
Oh, hello again. Is there something I can...
Right, so it's about time to be real. I'm a Spriggan, and these are my assistants. A concerned citizen, you see, hired us to help with a crooked cop trying to shake him down for hush money concerning his bootlegging.
That's an interesting assignment you've been given. I fail to see what this has to do with me, though.
Like hell you do. I'd recognize your smug face anywhere, asshole.
It's him. This is definitely the guy.
If you don't want to be put on trial for extortion, you better back off right now or else.
Whoa, take it easy, mister.
I really can't understand what you're talking about when you yell like that, sir. If it happened to say anything to you before, then very well, I take it back. Easy enough, right? Does that make you feel better? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to leave. I'm really busy right now, standing out here in the middle of nowhere when there's no people surrounding me.
What's the rush, pal? We're not done talking. I don't think my client can take you at your word. You know, given your rampant history of lying.
I don't understand. What else do you want from me?
Well, how about you give us your full name and precinct? We can, you know, run that by the Tharbad police and make sure you get a commendation for good service. Even if you came in from a different part of the country to help out, they should still have no problem hooking you up. Or looking you up. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? You should show us your badge, too. We can look up your details, no problem. Whatever works for you.
This is ridiculous. I don't have to put up with this. If you keep this nonsense up, I'll arrest all of you for disturbing the peace. Look into my eyes.
Oh, so you'll take us down to the police station, right? They'll know you're a fake right away if you do that, you dummy.
Little bit. You really are an imposter. What kind of cop talks to civilians like that, huh? Bastard. You'll pay for making a fool out of me. Let's go. You dumbass, don't.
Oh, shit.
Stay where you are. My voice is changing because I'm freaking pissed. That's it. I try to keep calm, but you just had to get ahead of yourself. I think it's time to shut you the hell up.
Try to warn you, dude. Crud, we're starting to draw some serious attention. Everybody, please calm down. We have the situation under control.
Shit, could this get any worse? He's right. I don't want this to end with the client getting stabbed. On the other hand, I probably can't guarantee his safety unless I give up on apprehending our imposter. On the other, this guy really seems like bad news. I can try to take him down, but we might not make it out unscathed. Ensure the client's safety. Capture the imposter. Client safety seems more law, so we're going chaos, baby. We're taking him in. Get ready, let's get messy. Jody, stay away. Hey, shit. That all you got? You can keep fighting if you like. I enjoy a good tango. Get what we're saying? Surrender now if you don't want to get hurt. Now what's it gonna be?
Damn you! Here's the odds stacked against me.
Are you alright? Oh no, you're hurt. Let me treat you.
Hey, can one of you contact the police for us? Although it wouldn't shock me if they're already on their way with how much of a scene we've made.
On it.
Police came running. Took him into custody. One of the Devency brothers. Oh, shit.
Well, that's interesting. That's actually really cool. We kind of had a build-up for that one. Culprit now apprehended, they all made their way back to Marcello's stall. How are you feeling, Marcello? You're not too hurt, are you?
Nothing I can't handle. I shouldn't have charged in and confronted the guy like that anyway. I definitely owe you guys. You've done a ton for me. Thanks again for everything. I'll make sure your reward is worth it. Hey, we won't say no. Just keep the bootlegs to yourself, alright? Don't worry, I wasn't gonna pull that on you.
Still, it sounds like there's another guy like him if they're called the Devency brothers. Yeah, I can't believe we confronted a wanted criminal. It sounded like they just stuck to Edith before. Wonder why they're here.
Probably thinking they can use the commotion from the film festival to make a killing while the killing's good, plain and simple. If his brother's out there, it's probably safe to assume he's already up to no good, whatever it is. Agreed. All I can hope is that whatever he's doing, we won't get more work on our desk because of it. Just keep that all in the file cabinet, and in the meanwhile, let's find some more work to do.
That's a wrap.
And what points did I get for that?
To see it.
What one?
Parent deposit confirmed.
Show me my points already.
Okay, good. Chaos points. That's what I wanted. Ba-boom! Good progress, good progress. I'm glad that was the chaos one. You know, I kind of expected with it being chaos points that it would just be like, yeah, we're gonna freaking take the dude down, but at the same time our client's gonna get fucking killed or something like that.
Go, go, go!
Let's head out of town.
Whoa!
Good stuff.
Holy moly. Whoa! Holy shit! Holy shit! There's so many enemies! Holy fuck! This place is...
Do we really gotta cross this thing on foot?
Oh, I'm glad we have this type of talk.
It has to be a crime for it to be this hot in October.
Bro, why did you come to the desert wearing that
Come
outfit?
on, you guys. Less whining, more moving.
Seriously, why did you come all the way out here dressed like that, Anyas?
Let's get to work.
Good use a charge attack in an attacking target.
There we go.
They're down.
There we go.
A chance.
This'll hurt.
Bow, 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 bow. See him. Wait. Nope. I'm not gonna keep in all these, but you know, first time having a fight with these enemies, might as well keep some of it in.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper hand. Activate.
And bye-bye.
Hit him fast.
Activating skill. Hey,
There's so many damn enemies here.
felt pretty good.
You've got some moves, small fry.
Okay, can't attack those. Good to keep in mind. What the hell are you? You look like a freaking Soul Rock from Pokeman. From Manpoke.
I'm on it.
I suggest physical attacks for now. Commencing battle. Proceed with caution.
Freaking giant floating eye.
Forget about your charge attack.
Man, the depth perception on this enemy is wild.
Chance to deploy shards. Activating skill.
Count, Aaron. Activating.
Deal with all that.
Miss Perfect.
It's perfect, coming through.
A boost would work here.
Sucker. A chance.
Who needs a boost?
Hit him fast, Fairy.
Mabushikte modorana shinkan.
I did it.
Magna Slash.
I'm just getting warmed up.
It gets a different name, so I wonder if the animation changed at all. I don't really expect that the animations to change with this type of stuff.
Whoops.
This is bad.
Whoops.
The dust is making it hard to see. Pull back, or else we'll get separated.
I guess that's just a way to mark like the end of the map. I mean, it could be that, or it could just simply be the game being like, no, bro,
From here.
you're just going to deal with it. Or, I don't know. There's multiple things someone like that could be there for. It's either just the end of the map, or they have it there as like a, oh, you only get to go there later, don't get ahead of yourself.
Enemy stunned. Now's the time to deploy shards.
The star has a...
Ow. Gotta at least try fighting every enemy once without doing anything extra.
Attacking target.
There we go. And it's just kind of fun to traverse the desert a bit.
Amazing, Aaron.
Luckily, I can just speed up the process by just zooming like this. Oh. A scorpion, you say. Hello, sir.
Get to work.
Oh, wait.
Our shark survives. Here goes.
All right, Anya's time.
Attack available. We can win right now. There.
This is gonna take a bit. Ow, my soul. Man, I really can't wait until we get another arts user, or someone that just does. Like, I still really just want another character that does magic damage with like their field attacks and whatnot,
Make it count, Aaron.
which I don't even know if we're gonna get at this point, honestly,
That's what you get.
because you know I have a general idea.
That, Aaron.
Because I have a general idea for like the weapon types of all the main cast still, because of the box art. I mean, it shows their weapons basically. So I already know that, and I don't really know if any of them even look like they'll have magic damage for the field. I love how fast I can just make them scurry along. Wait, nope, that's actual map on that one. Hold up. Okay, yeah, so we are just gonna have to figure out a way to traverse through all this eventually, I guess. I gotta cover every single inch of this damn place. Wouldn't be me otherwise, you know? I can't just not fill out the entire map. That would be against my code. And, you know, naturally, maybe some people would try to skip out on a lot of this and not show all of this, but I don't know. Despite the fact that it's not really the most interesting just to have me do this, you know, I need to get some dialogue in and actually have some stuff to say somehow. It seems like one of the best ways to go about it. Not that I really have too much to say, honestly. My mind is just kind of a blank right now. Oh, chest though.
Looks like some good loot.
If I yap for long enough, then I'll find something. That's just how it works, you know? Oh, man. This chapter's been really solid so far, though. Nope. Not that. Looks like we found some cargo. Doesn't seem to have been dropped that long ago. Maybe it fell off when the caravan got attacked by those monsters. I don't see any camels anywhere. Think those monsters gobbled our objective up? Aaron, don't say things like that. That poor camel. I'm kidding, small fry. Chill out. It's called dark humor. Look it up. Also, you know, they like eat camels around here, so you know, circle of life and whatnot, I guess. I don't know. Let's assume it's still with us. We need to figure out what direction it went once it got separated from the caravan. Given the climate and heat, my bet's that it either took off for a watering hole or went to find some shade. But according to the map, there's nowhere to drink water around here. Actually, camels don't necessarily need an oasis or anything to stay hydrated. They can break off cacti and suck up the water that's inside. Even the Kruga do that all the time when they have to work in real wastelands and stuff. Nice. Think you're onto something, Fairy. Any camel worth its salt in the desert is bound to know other ways to find water. That's interesting. I wouldn't have considered cacti. What do you know? I actually learned something new from our pipsqueak today. Stop it, you guys. You're gonna make me blush. But unfortunately, I don't see any cacti that have been nibbled on recently looking around. Well, what if we went somewhere to try and get out of the sandstorm first? I could see someone taking shelter and staying hydrated using the cacti there. And how about we try to head in, say, that direction? Looking pretty rocky. Really makes for decent protection against the winds around here. Yeah, I'd say it's worth checking it out. Let's see what we can find over there. And we're just leaving. Alright, I guess we're just leaving the stuff itself. 'Twas not deemed important enough, I suppose. I see flapping wings. Get away from that camel! Hey, look, he's under attack. Ah, hell, that must be our camel. Better step in before things go south. My feet feel like boulders at this point, but now's not the time to complain. That's right, we've got a camel to save.
Activating shards.
Now's a good time to boost.
Hey, decent damage.
This'll hurt.
What's this do? Side.
Now you won't bark. It's over.
That,
Deploying shield.
I think I just got a proc, and that wasn't actually a different animation.
Do your worst.
A boost
Like
would work
I
here.
thought for a second that it could have been, but nah.
This'll hurt. Keep it up. It's working. This'll hurt. This'll hurt.
Party. Going on.
All right, I guess this works. It didn't look like it was gonna work, but hey, hell if I'm gonna complain.
Deploying shield.
Man, do I love having that buff.
Energy output
Come.
maximum.
Comes big time and
Activating skill.
comes big and handy is what I meant to say. There we go. And I missed.
I'll take you on.
Hey, she's not getting freaking decimated.
I'm powered up.
Level up. Phew, that had me worried for a moment. I know, I'm just glad we were able to find the camel in one piece. Aritakeno. Judging by those cactus chunks, my hunch was right. He must have been thirsty and came over for a drink. I bet he's pretty tired from hauling all that cargo around for so long. Poor guy. What about the goods? Is that raw cacao stuff still intact? I don't know, I think we left some a few miles back. Not that I care that much. It just sucked to come this far and have nothing to show for it. Let's find out. Hold on a sec. Well, how's it look? Is our work paying off or what? Oh, I'm so anxious. Van looks so tense, it's rubbing off on me now. Van? Falls to his knees in despair instead.
Say my hide. Starting to worry I'd sent you to danger or worse. Thanks for dragging this poor guy back. Now I can finally rest easy and get on with my business. It took a little effort to track him down, but by Helios we still managed to wrangle him up. I was expecting to get a little exercise out of our desert trek, but it gets pretty rough out there.
Definitely. The glare from the sun is so intense, not to mention all those clouds of sand. I'm glad we're back in town. That's okay, because all that effort's finally about to pay off. We're gonna be able to have some of that cacao, right?
That's what we're about to find out. The cacao pods themselves look just fine, but what about the pulp? Is the raw cacao inside still okay? Well, about that. I opened out one of the pods up, and luckily there was hardly any damage inside at all. It's a miracle they emerged out of that ambush in this state. I'm incredibly grateful. So yes, you all have definitely earned some raw cacao. I took it and made some juice with it for you all. It's got a distinct flavor to it, but hopefully you'll like it.
Wow, it's white. I would have thought cacao pulp would be dark in color like chocolate. That's so interesting. Yeah, it doesn't resemble chocolate at all, but it still looks amazing. I can't wait to try it.
Makes sense. You need the beans in order for it to be brown. Anyway, this stuff isn't gonna drink itself. Here goes. Ben and the others took a sip of their raw cacao juice.
Well, damn, this stuff's pretty legit. Yeah, I feel more energized just drinking it. It reminds me of the fruit juice from the south. I'm also amazed at how different it tastes compared to Melfita. Is it Melfita or Melfita? I assume Melfita. Despite coming from the same plant. It's just a little bitter, but that doesn't stop it from being real smooth to drink. I like it.
Hell yeah! This is even better than what I'd heard! The balance of sweetness and sourness is just perfect. I can see myself getting addicted to this stuff.
I'm impressed it doesn't take much pulp to get such a dense flavor too. Definitely something only Mother Nature could cook up. Really, it's wild you can make such different things with the same cacao pods between this stuff and chocolate. I'm glad you all like it so much. Sounds like I made the right choice rewarding you with it then. I'll be sure to deposit some good hard mirror as soon as we're done here, of course. Sounds like a plan. Thanks for the drinks. Couldn't have asked for a better bonus. Not at all. I'm the one who's grateful. You went out and saved my camel's life. That was no small feat. I can only thank Arusha for guiding us to one another. Farewell, friends.
That takes care of that.
That was fun.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
That was just a fun, chill time. And that's what I like to see. Alright. Anyas and Aaron are half dead, but you know what? They'll survive for now. Actually, no, they won't. I'm not going to be able to handle having that the frickin' red stuff on the edges there. Beep bop boop beep beep bop beep. That's good. That's better. 75 enemies logged. I'm glad that they made it so it's way easier to log enemies in this game. In previous ones, they made it kind of a hassle and you had to like use your battle scope on every single enemy and whatnot, or fight them a bunch of times. In this one, no, you're kind of just chilling. You really ain't got much to worry about on that front. Let's see here. Let's at least get some plots done today.
Hell yes! This is what I've been waiting for.
Oh boy, Mr. Gambler.
Don't get too excited. You're still on the clock.
Mr. Big Time Gambler?
Wish to change for... Alright, we definitely gotta talk to the people around here. Aaron's probably gonna be frothing at the mouth over here.
Breaking it in over at Valis makes Elsim look like a bunch of cheapskates by comparison. Never thought a developing nation would pony up nearly twice as much for ore as the Principality, but here we are. Future's never been brighter for my region. Owning a mine's not so bad when you've got help like that.
Alright, I'll keep an eye on you then. Maybe you're gonna be someone that'll show up in a new game. Who knows?
Understood.
Fine with me.
Let's go gambling! No, not really. Not really this time. Pretty! I mean, for gambling, places thrills, but I get my kick out of simply people watching. Honestly, yeah. No, I get that. Oh, Oh my god,
Well,
you?
Look who it is. I had a feeling I'd run into you all sooner rather than later.
Hi, Bermati. How you doing,
I
pal?
see you guys have had no problem getting settled in and working here.
And Dingo. The duo.
Forget us. Last I checked, you weren't supposed to be here till tomorrow.
I never thought I would see you hanging out with Bermati either.
My schedule got bumped up, so I ended up running into this guy on the train.
And here I was going to try and surprise you all later. I even made Dingo keep it a secret too. In my case, there's a bartending tournament taking place at the same time as the film festival, which I've been invited to.
Get out.
To even have Van here with me? Oh, it must be fate. What else could it be?
Damn, I don't think I ever really freaking noticed my man's nails. Bro got that shit on.
Yeah, no, I've had run-ins with cops more fateful than this. Well, at least it explains you two being an odd couple. I assume that this has nothing to do with you lining up for SPGs, and you're out here to cover the film festival?
Somewhere I feel like Muriel is just freaking... Is that her name even? I'm already forgetting that girl's name despite the fact that she's shown up in every chapter so far. I was just gonna say that she's probably like in immense pain all of a sudden from hearing about Dingo being called a couple with someone else.
Not the sort of beat I'd peg you working. A little normal compared to your usual fare, ain't it? It is what it is. There's something that caught my attention that I'm trying to look into.
What do you mean? Does it have to do with the film festival? Is it related to Nina's request somehow?
No, it's something different. But granted, I can't entirely rule out them being related at the moment. Boy, that sure answers a lot. Is this that scoop you're always pursuing on the down low? Never heard what the deal was there. Well, how should I put it?
Forgive my interruption, Mr. Brad, Mr. Bermati.
Who? Now this is a surprise. What is it?
I'm terribly sorry to bother you, sir. You have a call waiting for you.
Just a generic, I guess, that's voiced for some
A
reason.
woman going by the last name M.A. contacted the front desk.
M.A.
Say what?
M.A.? Isn't that the reporter? Marielle?
Oh, you mean that gullible reporter we saw in Lawnport?
Okay, yeah. Speak of the devil, and there she appears.
As I recall, she works for the Tyrell Times and has the hots for old Dingo here. Big time hots. Do you have a scorching date planned all the way out here? Sounds like things are really blossoming between the two of you. Like hell they are. I specifically told her to keep away from me on this trip.
I like how the dude is just like, you girl's icky this entire time. Like, I can't tell if he actually is aware. Like, obviously we're talking about the fact that she has a crush on him. I don't know how close they are in age. I kind of assume they're close in age, but I feel like Marielle is kind of at least a bit younger by the looks of things. I don't know by how much though. So I assume that, like, you know, if there's like an age gap between a certain point, usually the one on the higher end will just kind of like shoo go away, haha, and just kind of brush off any attempts. But I don't know if they're actually that far apart, or if it's just like, you know, the dude's either oblivious or doesn't care, or he's just trying to, or it's neither of those and he's just trying to keep it under wraps and actually does like her or something. Or maybe he'll just grow to like her, you never know. There's a lot of routes they could go with this.
Sorry, I'd better take care of this. I'll see you all later. Poor guy. Always being put through the ringer by that girl. He just can't seem to keep her hanging for long. Anyway, that bartending tournament I was talking about is being hosted at the Aljamira Hotel. I'm going to hang out here a bit longer and then make my way over there. If I hear anything interesting, I'll be sure to get in touch. In the meantime, good luck, everyone.
Sounds good. Can't wait to hear what you dig up. Thanks, Bermati. Good luck with your tournament.
You should treat us to some cocktails. You know, taste testing before the grueling competition.
Aaron, no, we're here to work. This entire group is just problems and problems.
Marty himself is entering the bartending tournament.
Big celebrity. Yeah, dude just knows his stuff. Wait, you have more. Yada yada. Okay. I say he has more, and then I just kind of breeze through it anyways. You darlings, sir, sure seem shocked to see me standing at the counter here, huh? That's not the only surprise I hope to have in store for you all, assuming all my practice for the bartending tournament pays off. You're telling me. Never expected to see you hanging out with Dingo of all people. But far be it from me to complain having you here. Don't be surprised if we hit you up later. This bartending tournament sounds like a pretty fun time too. Can't say I've heard of anything like that before. Oh, it's a thing, alright. It sounds like they deliberately timed this year's event to coincide with the film festival. Seeing as I was invited and all, I figured it'd be rude not to put in a good effort, you know? So you're out here working a local joint trying to shake off the rust. I get it. Didn't take you to be so serious about these sort of things. Shows me what I know. I've got my connections in the bartending world, as you might imagine. It wasn't that hard to call in a favor. Regardless, I'll be training at the hotel starting tonight, so I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of each other out here. I do like that they've come up with an excuse for most of the characters to show up in some way or another in different chapters. Having Bermati being in the same area, so he isn't just like some random informant. Same with Dingo, and just having them be in the same area. And it's also nice, like, you know, last chapter Marielle was in the same place as us during the Lawnport incident. And then now we're swapping over to, and then instead of having her, we have Dingo and Bermati. It's just a nice little thing, in my opinion.
Welcome to my adult oasis.
Oops, I already had one of those.
Cheers to Tharbad.
I see this guy in a new location and he just goes like, okay, but what if I, what was I gonna say? He's just like, what if I have the same drinks as that other location? With no variants. Pull up a chair and enjoy your wide array of games. I kind of am just keeping... I'm just kind of trying to keep looking and to see if there's any special dialogue from Aaron because of gambling. Anyways, you already know I've got to look at this. I'm a chronic shipper at this point. Marielle? Oh. Marielle, I know I told you not to get involved this time.
What? You're coming to Tharbad tonight?
Oh my god. Well, so much for what I said about having Dingo and Bermati this chapter. Turns out she's just coming regardless. That girl is not staying away.
Give me a break for once, will you? All right, hit me up when you get here. I'll come pick your nosy self up at the station. Just don't stick your head in anything weird or dangerous while you're here, got it?
Sounds like our intrepid reporters on the case again. Don't get too carried away leading the poor girl on, Dingo. I guess that is kind of leading on, like, the fact that he's probably doesn't really care for her in that way. I haven't really thought about it much, but, you know.
My way.
It's kind of interesting, because most stuff, like, when they tease, like, a relationship in Trails, it's usually, like, pretty obvious, like, oh yeah, they're gonna get together or something like that. For better or worse. Mostly for better, sorry. I just have bitter feelings about, like, a singular ship in this entire series, and I'm letting that ruin, like, a bunch of stuff. And I really shouldn't. Just because, like, there's, like, the Tita and Agate thing, it doesn't really need to ruin my perception of, like, a bunch of other stuff. Also, the girls are here. Hi, everyone. It's nice to see you again. Hey, Shahina. Hi, Sarah. Is this your home? Yep. It's pretty small, but it's home sweet home. I wish we could bring you inside, but we've got another performance coming up soon that we need to get ready for. It's no problem. Good to see you ladies are keeping busy, honestly. Haven't run into any trouble since this morning, I hope. No, luckily. Thank you for asking. We've been getting bigger crowds than usual, but luckily nobody else has acted strangely. Maybe they heard about how you guys saved the day earlier, and that's made all the other weirdos think twice. We can hope. Still, I'm tired. I think I'm gonna stop by the hammam on the way back. That sounds nice. Hopefully that'll keep your spirits up until we're done. Well, if any more asshats try to creep on you girls, let us know. We'll sort them out just like the others. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Well, we better get back to work. You guys are pretty handsome, but if you're thinking of making a move on Sarah, I'd think twice. Know why? Because it looks like she's got a boyfriend.
Oh, really now? Hell, your sister's such a catch, I'd be shocked if she didn't. Don't be surprised if I whisk her away if he turns out to be a loser, though.
Van Aaron.
Fairy's like, huh?
Shahina, what are you doing? We have to go. Coming. See you guys later. Oh, wait, the autographs. We forgot to give them to her.
I wouldn't bother right now when they're about to perform. I'm sure we'll see him again. We can make Shahina's day then.
That's a nice little scene. Was that scene like always here and I just did them in a different order? Because that felt like it was the lesser of the two scenes, so I feel like it's one of those things that I could have seen in either order.
Don't recognize this number.
I take it I'm speaking with Fairy's employer. I'm the owner of the inn you all are staying at. Do you have a moment to talk?
Oh, sure. What's up?
There's a man who dropped by earlier and asked to pass along a message. He has a job for you and he wishes to meet in person to discuss the nature of the request.
Gotcha. Well, I can't make any firm commitments, but I'm down to hear him out. Where's he at?
You will find him at the public bath in the cultural district. He said that this isn't an urgent matter, so you can take your time if you have other work. That's all he had to say. Thank you. Huh, wonder what he wants. Perhaps there's a problem with the bass?
Maybe. Hard to know for sure till we head over there and see what the deal is.
Inside Van's mind, he's just like clicking his heels and like super hyped because he gets to go to a type of bath.
If you're right though, we should help him out. It's scorching hot, so now's the perfect time for a good soak. Normally I wouldn't be on board with enabling your weird sauna obsession, but I'll allow it this time.
Me too. I'll do anything to help beat this heat. Let's head over there as soon as we're ready.
Oh, we're already in the right district.
At the back portion here. I was actually thinking of ending the recording early, but I think we can take care of this. We haven't really had any too big of actual plot scenes. We've only made a smidge of progress. I will have her save just in case anything goes insane. You never know. Hey, Mr. Jam. Nice to see you.
Oh, hey there, Farida. Wow, you certainly have grown since I last saw you a year ago. And I take it you're the Spriggan Hala told me about. Yep, name's Van Arkride. Normally I work out of Edith, but I'm here for a job. Hala told us to come meet you. Why don't you tell us what's going on and we'll see what we can do. Alright, it's probably easier if I just show you. Follow me.
Why, is it gonna be like freaking sludge water?
Ah, well, I can see how you might have a problem here.
Where's all the water?
Normally I get it pumped in here from the oasis through the underground waterways that run around here. Unfortunately, it suddenly stopped coming in this morning, and it's been like this ever since.
That's definitely a little concerning.
Does this sort of thing happen often? No, almost never, believe it or not. There was one time when the oasis itself dried up about 20 years ago, but that's about it. Back then, a renowned scholar investigated the problem for us and constructed a water management system that's handled any problems.
Who would that be? It must mean Professor Latoya Hamilton. She's famous for work in the waterways around here. It didn't just restore the oasis to where it was as before. In fact, it became several times bigger. Her work is said to be directly linked to Tharbad's rise as the entertainment destination.
That's right. What that woman did was nothing short of a miracle for our city. I happened to catch a glimpse of her, and she seemed incredibly kind, and a real beauty, I might add. You don't say. Anyways, getting back to the problem at hand. If nothing's wrong with the oasis, then that probably means there's something wrong in the underground waterway you mentioned. That's what I've reckoned too. I really want to get this figured out so I can reopen my business and get back to serving customers. Unfortunately, the guild's so busy right now that they can't send anyone to take a look until at least tomorrow. I know it might cost more to get it done sooner, but do you think you would all be able to handle it instead?
I mean, hey, if you can get it open sooner, then you'll probably end up breaking a more of a net positive if you hire us, so hey. Basically, you want us to play plumber instead of the guild like they're supposed to. Is that it? Super Mario!
I think we should do it. Sarah and Shahina are supposed to come by here after work. I'd hate to see them disappointed. Me too. I know this is getting off track from our main assignment, but is there any way we could help him out, Van?
Yeah, alright. We'll do it. But you're right, pal. It is gonna cost you more. In addition to the guild standard work fee, I want a free bath for everyone. Deal? I think that can be arranged. Deal. So in that case, you'll need this to get down there. Don't ask why I have the key to the underground waterway. When you leave here, take a right and you'll find an old maintenance way. You can climb down into the waterway from there. But be careful. Monsters do tend to go down at times. That shouldn't be a problem. Thanks for the tip. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get those pipes fixed so we can get our bathing on. Man, I want to get my pipes cleaned tonight. Dude, we still have the kid here. Please stop. Alright. What the dog doing? What the dog doing? And down we go, I guess. Unlock door to waterway.
Cool, now we can enter.
Actually, I wanted to ask before we go in. You seemed to be thinking pretty hard earlier before you accepted this gig. Someone seemed off about all this?
What?
Good eye. I didn't realize anyone was paying attention. Yeah, there's something. Just a hunch, but considering nothing else has gone wrong the last 20 years, the timing of this sure seems fishy. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't feel like a coincidence to me. Could it be Almata?
Now that I think about it, the odds of this happening purely by chance do feel awfully low.
Exactly. Plus, it didn't sound like there's been weird gain or monster activity lately, which makes us even more suspicious. Maybe they use Ramdas? Or like, you know, cloaking tech in general? With all these threatening notes going around and everything with the Genesis, this feels like an omen. And like clockwork. Talk about timing.
What the heck is it? What the heck is down there?
Your guess is as good as mine. Now stay sharp, everyone. We're going in.
Bro, imagine if we got the Genesis this early in the chapter and then the rest is just like a bunch of crazy plot stuff happening.
Yeah, sure. Oh, shit. Oh, this place is kind of pretty with the lighting.
This is surprisingly well lit for an underground waterway.
Yeah, you can see light pouring in from the surface even.
There doesn't seem to be much water flowing though.
And whatever's responsible is waiting for us up ahead. Just be careful. No such thing as being too cautious when our warning alarm lights up. I guess
Agreed.
How much we got? Quite a bit. I mean, hey, this is a new dungeon, so... Man, I'm almost caught off guard by how freaking bright it is down here. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just kind of unexpected. I did kind of get to start recording late, so I think I'm gonna call things here. I mean, I'd say we did some decent progress. We mostly took care of side quests, talked to NPCs, but we got a few good scenes here. I really like the stuff with Bermati and Dingo and whatnot. It was nice to see all that. You know, that's the thing, Trails has always been a slow burn, so you can't really expect everything to be super high octane. But hey, I at least got a decent freaking thumbnail by... I had a strange feeling when that's when I was, like, really happy to see Bermati and whatnot, because, like, that dude is very pretty and easy thumbnail material. And bro would probably freaking put it, just like, don't I know it, or something like that if I said that to him. Fun individual. I like both him and Dingo. They're real fun characters. I've always liked the journalist archetypes and Trails, but... Well, journalist is one thing, but informant types are kind of different. Like, Bermati's a different type of beast than the rest. Because we've had usually we don't really have that unscrupulous of sorts, and it's literally just whatever we get from, like, journalists. Which in that case would be, like, Dingo or Marielle. but we also have Bermati in addition, which is kind of a new type of twist on it. Someone who's a bit more unscrupulous, and who also just does two different things. Bro's also just a bartender and really good at his job, apparently. But, anyways, we're gonna call it there. Next time on Trails Through Daybreak, we're gonna see what this waterway has in store. Thank you very much for watching, and adios, ciao, and bye-bye. Signing off until next time. Ja, mata ne.